Hello everyone and welcome back to Football Manager 2019 and the latest part of this Journeyman series as we continue in our second season with Concord Rangers. We've been here for over a year now and we're in a better position than we were when we first came in, but it's not necessarily gone that well recently. So when we left off last time, I'm pretty sure we'd just been beaten 2-0 by Kingstonian. It wasn't a great result. Coming at the end of a poor run of games anyway. We then took on Havant and Waterlooville. If we just see the highlights from this game, we did manage to get a win, a much needed win. The wins have been drying up in the league. It's become quite a concern that we might slip down the table, but Billy Knott with the first one, a penalty right into the top corner, gave us the lead. Then on the half-hour mark, Knott played it round the corner for Carey. He managed to keep it in, put it on his left peg, and Canali there with the header at the near post, beating the keeper for our second. And then just after the half-time whistle, the ball whipped in from deep, and Kabamba charged in there with a great finish. It was a beautiful cross to him, but it wasn't enough, and we did manage to get the win over Havant and Waterlooville. Then we took on Chelmsford, who are quite a big team. This was a tough match. We were dominating possession all the way through this game, but not necessarily creating the chances and taking the chances, which has certainly been our problem this season. We're just lacking a sharp edge at the top, but as you can see, Lane able to rob our defender and then charge at Busby for a good, strong finish. But then the 91st minute, a knock corner, and there was Roberts to volley it home and make it 1-1 and rescue us a point there that we really needed. But we then went on to two back-to-back defeats. The first one here to Wealdstone, Reese Miller with the goal in this one. James with the ball. You can see a pattern here. Ball over the top. In went Miller behind. And then a beautiful lob over the goalkeeper for 1-0. That one wasn't my favourite goal for us to concede. Now around this point I did change our tactic. I'm pretty sure it was for this game against Truro. And I decided to play with a defensive line a bit further back. I've been playing around with this over the last few games and we didn't concede to a ball over the top for the first time in a long time. Instead it was that Jason Banton free kick, a game they utterly dominated. Our worst performance actually. So I think it was after this game, not the one before. It was this game where these stats were so atrocious I had to change things. And so change things I did, and that led to a victory over Leatherhead, which is not necessarily that big a result. Leatherhead, let's see where they sit at the moment. They're not even registered in a league, and yet we still went a goal down in this one. So we did play with a different line, playing with a slightly lower line, or kind of the average line. Keynes whipped the ball in from a free kick, and Stubbs with the header. Any of three players could have scored that goal, but shortly afterwards Canali whipped the ball across. Carey couldn't get there, Knott picked it up, and then his shot ricocheted to Tahir, who made it 1-1, 6 minutes gone. And then just 13 minutes on the clock, Knott with a beautiful ball in, and McLean with an excellent header to make it 2-1 and give us our first win in 4 games. And then the run continued against Gloucester in the Vanarama South. Again, we really need these league wins, and this game we were very solid. Knott with a penalty, top corner, goal, 74th minute, and then 94th minute. Gloucester had a few good chances, but Roberts went on a beautiful run. He's stopped, and then McLean, another goal for him, right into the top corner to make it 2-0. And then the best win of them all came, our third win. It was against Barnet. This was in the FA Vars first round. Now Barnet are in a league above us. They're in the National League, but Knott whipped a ball in. There was Bradley Green with the header, and it's actually an own goal here. It looks like a McLean goal, but it was Tutonda with the header. And then the second half, Barnet came at us. I expected us to concede, but this was a great shot from Connell into the bottom corner. But then later on, hour mark gone, I pushed to a much higher defensive line, went very attacking, and it paid off. Roberts dinked the ball back, and McLean with another goal made it 2-1, and we did get a really good victory there, and £6,000, which wasn't bad. But we've not been able to follow that up in the league since. We lost here to Oxford City 1-0. This was a really frustrating game. because it was pretty even, and it's a free kick over the wall, off the bar, and I thought Balling was offside, but apparently it wasn't, and Oxford took the 3 points, and they are not in a high position in the league table. And then we got this 0-0 draw with Enfield Town, and I'm pretty sure there was a missed penalty. Yeah, Billy Knott missed the penalty in this game, which threw away a couple more points for us. So looking at the league table, you can see at the moment we're down in 15th place. We've got 26 points, 7 points clear of relegation. I don't think that's a fear necessarily, but the playoffs looking quite out of reach now. We're 12 points behind. If we win today, we're only 9 points behind. There's still a lot of games left this season. A remarkable run of form like we had at this point last season. If we could win a lot of games over the next 2 months, you never know, we could end up sneaking into the playoffs, but it looks difficult. And you can see we're playing Billericay in the FA Trophy second round. Still a lot of teams in this competition, quite a few rounds to go. But you never know, maybe we could get another giant killing, get us into the next round, and hopefully get an easier draw. But it is going to be tough having 2 of them in a row. I'm not going to talk to David Wagner about Calander's loan deal. We're not paying for him, and I can't terminate the loan. He's staying where he is. But Ben McLean has been our star player recently. He's absolutely fantastic. He's on £300 a week. If we just look at his career stats, we brought him in on a free from Birmingham, and he's been absolutely sensational since we did that, even in a poor performing team. Our problem is we still don't have a good striker. Today we're going to try and Neil Burdett up front. He's not had too many chances, just 2 appearances this season, so I'm hoping he might be able to show us something we've been missing. Tahir's been pretty good out on the right flank recently. He's had 11 appearances. He has got a couple of goals, but they've come in the cup. And we've also got Carey still being really good down the left flank. He's one of our better players, although actually he's pretty low down on the average rating compared to last season. Billy Knott, though, obviously our best player of all. He's absolutely fantastic and still putting in good performances. He's a big goal threat for us as well, despite missing that penalty. Minshall I've been struggling with, and to be honest, we do have... who am I thinking of that has been playing defensive midfield for us recently? It's been a few days since I played this. Who is it? Who's been playing defensive midfield? Trying to think. It wasn't on a Vignan. It's Jake Taylor. He's not quite fit enough for this game, but he's come in recently and actually done a decent job off the bench. He's got good potential on him. 16 games this season, 1 assist, but he's impressed me when he has come in off the bench. Our defence is pretty settled, goalkeeper pretty settled. I'm not too worried about that. Young playing at right back today. Manvilla has been coming on at right back recently. Harry Honesty currently on the bench. I've just not been impressed with him recently. He started the season well, but he really hasn't kicked on from there. It's been a long time since he scored, so that's why we're trying the other strikers out. And we'll just see how it goes today. I mean, Chesham, if we look at the league table, they are... Where are Chesham? They're bottom of the league, 18 points, so we should be winning this game. If we don't, we really are in trouble. So let's kick into this game. I am thinking at the moment of potentially leaving Concord, either now or at the end of the season, if a good job comes in. I'm tempted to wait until the end of the season so that I can load up some new leagues. Because at the moment I only have the big European leagues and we're not quite at the right level to apply for a lot of those positions, which is why we ended up in England in the first place. But there is a job going at the moment at the bottom club in the Scottish football pyramid, which looks to me like quite an interesting challenge, as Knott puts a corner in to the back stick, Gill away, header goes back into the mix, and it's come to Burdett. They've missed it, and he repays my faith in giving him a start by guessing the goal. Really coolly taken, an excellent finish, and we are now 1-0 up. Knott with the corner, swung it to the back stick, Gill headed it out, but Bradley Green back into the mixer. Gill missed the header. Good control from Burdett and a very calm finish at the near post to make it 1-0. And that is a really important goal for us because we need to get some wins in the league. But as I was saying, there is a job going at the bottom of the Scottish Pyramid team as Carey goes on a run, finds Knott, holds it up back to Minshall, all the way back to Clark. Now Knott again, over to Minshall. Can he play it back to Clark? It goes to Carey. Inside to the centre. He's just looking for that ball over, but he can't find it. McLean, though, goal scoring machine lately, finds Carey. He's got a bit of space. He's gone for it. What a save by Sunby that was. That was a stunning attempt by Carey, but just couldn't quite get it in as Knott takes the resulting corner, and it's cleared by the first man. Not a great one. And Gooden can bring it away. He's on a break, and that's a bad foul. That's got to be a yellow card. Surely Young brought over, and that is a yellow card for Young. But let me know what you think about going for that job at the bottom of the Scottish football pyramid. It's a lower reputation club than Concord, I think, at the moment. I think Concord are about Concord and this club are both 1 star, but they have a smaller wage budget. That's the issue. But in Scotland, I don't think that's too much of an issue. As Tahir goes on a run here, just holds up the ball, but then nearly lost it. He's kept it though, and Tahir back has given it away there to Johnson. Robinson over the top for O'Hare, brings it down with a beautiful touch. Oh, that is stunning. Declan O'Hare has more goals than our top scorer, and they're bottom of the league. But to be fair, he looks like a top quality player. I'm even tempted to try and sign him if he's not a waged player. But that ball over the top, what a touch and what a finish. That is a sensational goal for Chesham, and we are now in some trouble. I mean, I have applied for a few other jobs, higher reputation ones. We're looking at 1.5, 2-star teams in Spain, France, Germany. As Knott has a free kick here, and it's just wide. But at the moment, I've not heard anything back from those jobs. There's one in at the moment in the Spanish lower leagues. I can't remember the team. But if that one gets offered to me, I will definitely be taking it. I'm going to tell the team I'm happy with their performance, even though we're not winning, because Burdick getting the goal has been a big impact. And it was a stunning goal against us. We're still dominating the game. We're having chances. I'm just going to push us into a more attacking tactic. Ray with the ball over to Robinson. Oh, that well taken by McLean there. Plays it forward to Burdick. McLean continuing his run through the centre. It's switched to the right for Tahir. There's 3 in the box. It's put to the back stick. Knott is there. Touch. Back to Carey. Play it in. Oh, what a finish from Luke Carey. I was sure he would square that one across. When he took the shot on, I thought this is going to go into the keeper's arms or wide, but instead it's a really good finish from him. Burdick switched the flank. There was Tahir. He whipped it across. Knott brought it down. Couldn't take it anywhere. Good awareness to find Carey, and he's bent it past 3 defenders and the keeper into the far post for a 2-1 lead. And we're fighting hard against the bottom club here to try and get 3 points on the board in the league. But Phillips with a free kick. Over to O'Hare. Oh, and it's gone in. I think the defender tried to clear it, miskicked it, and it's gone past the keeper. And Declan O'Hare gets his 2nd of the game. I mean, why was he unmarked on the edge of the 6-yard box? That's just a whole calamity of errors. And now what we're going to do is just push up the defensive line to a higher one. So that's where it has been historically for us. Until I changed it recently, so I'm hoping that this can give us a little bit more attacking gusto. We are going to have to make some changes as well. Let's bring Harry Honesty on for Tahir, who's not necessarily been fantastic. We could also potentially bring Chris Regis on, although he can't play defensive midfield. I'm going to put him in there for Lee Minshall, because Lee Minshall's on the yellow anyway. And I might also just push him into an attacking midfield role if we don't score soon. Phillips brings the ball down. We better not lose to the bottom team. That will be me off if that happens, because I don't really know what else to do here. Now Regis on the ball. Over to Carey. We're not playing with a lot of urgency here. Knott swings it out left. I don't know what Burdick's doing on the left flank, but he plays it into Carey, who's a bit more central. Now Regis onto McLean. He's got a ball there for Harry Honesty. He's not across though. He goes back to Regis. Honesty. Still going. He might have a shot. He finds Burdick, and it's off the crossbar and doesn't go over the line. That is really unfortunate that we haven't got a goal there. I'm going to move Regis into an attack midfield role and swap him for Knott and see if that does any good for us. We're also going to now... dragged it back to the other time. I'm also now going to go very attacking for the last 5 minutes. Although I don't know how much good it's going to do us here. We need this goal. Is it going to come? Absolutely not. And the heavens have opened. Probably because I'm about to be sacked at some point. Who knows? Madeline on the ball. Unless there's a screw up here, I think it's all going to be over for us. Header goes back. Maybe there's a screw up on our side. Here's Bradley Green. Plays it forward to Regis. Out to Carey. Got 20 seconds left here to create some magic. It's a switch to Harry Honesty in a good position. He puts it across. Carey. Oh, Luke Carey has done it. 94th minute. Harry Honesty. I said he couldn't cross earlier, but that was a beautiful ball to the far side. And Carey coming in gets his third goal of the season. A great ball out wide to Harry Honesty. Took it down, whipped over the top of the defence, and Carey, have you seen a better 1-2 finish than that? Absolutely sensational, and we've managed to get the win in the last minute of added time. We're now over added time. O'Hare's not going to get a hat-trick and sink us here, surely. Carey back to Clark, just pumping into the corner. There we go. A big, big win in the league. Luke Carey with the double, but it was big today as well, hitting the crossbar in addition to his goal, and we have really done well there to get the win. Even though it is against the bottom team, we needed that. It moves us up into 13th place, and we're now 9 points off the playoffs. It's pretty tight in there as well. So there could be a few teams who drop into contention over the next 20 games or so. So it's not the end of the world at all, but right now we're in a really, really good position to hopefully go on a winning streak. Hopefully that can give us the confidence. Our next game's at home against 14th place Hungerford Town, then 11th place Bath. This is a great opportunity to get a few wins under our belt as Cristiano Ronaldo is named Footballer of the Year. So let me know in the comments what you think about jobs. Should I be moving on soon? I'm tempted to load up a lot more leagues, possibly like the Indian leagues, some really random ones, the Chinese leagues, and see if there's some jobs I can get out there, because that might be a little bit more interesting. I'm already a little bit bored with England, and it is a long slog to get up to the Premier League. And also I want your thoughts. I've not been signing many players this season because I wanted the team to gel a little bit. We also already had a massive squad, so let me know in the comments what you think about potentially me signing some more players or not. The squad dynamic at the moment, just above average. Managerial support's very good though. I mean, we have a core of the team and then some players around that. But we could definitely go out and sign some more players. I am scouting players, but I've just not found anybody that's jumped out to me as, yes, that's someone I should definitely sign. And really, I just don't know if we're going to get to a point where we're getting promoted to Concord in the next season or two. Well, in a couple of seasons, I'm sure we would, but I don't think I want to stay here for entire years. Now, just looking at our transfers this season, you can see we did bring in a lot of players. I've recently let Matt Neary went to Salisbury. I think he went a little while ago. Nathan Linton went a little while ago. Who went recently? I released a couple of players on a free. Or maybe they've not actually left the club yet. I don't think they've actually gone. Despite me releasing them on a free. I did that recently, but they must still be in my squad. Who did I let go? I can't even find them. I don't know why that hasn't shown up on that screen. But there were 3 players that haven't played for us, essentially, this season. So they were signed in the summer. They haven't played for us. I've let them go. They don't really need any more mention than that. What we do need to do, though, is go to Hungerford Town and try to get a really big win under our belt. Here we go. Here's a few players currently being scouted. I'm just looking for any that have a decent current ability, but they're all players for the future. Although this guy, Shikumbi, not interested in a wage. Central midfielder. We don't need a ball-winning midfielder. He's not quite right in terms of his roles, but it's difficult to find players that can do the roles we want at this level. I'll leave that for now. We can always have a look later at players. But we're about to take on Hungerford Town in a very big match. 14th place. We're in 13th. I'm not going to bother playing anybody because we've only got 2 day break before we take on Bath, and then East Thurrock are 20th. This really is our best chance to put together a little winning run, but we have to get the win against Hungerford. That's the problem. Now I'm just looking at anybody who might be fresh. Harry Honesty did do well in the last game. I might bring him in for Tahir, who hasn't been that impressive recently. Who else has been playing reasonably well? We do have on Vignan. I mean, he's on a 7.15 average rating, to be fair. I stopped playing him a little while ago. It's a difficult one with Vignan because he can be a bit of a liability, or at least he seems to be. I'm going to give him a chance, though, ahead of Minshall. Anybody else? on here. We've got Jake Taylor, who's been coming off the bench. I'm going to bring him back in for Chris Regis. But otherwise, I think that's about it. So that's the way we're going to go in today. Burdett, Carey, Honesty in the front three, not McLean and Onavignon in midfield, with Sterling Clark, Bradley Green and Young in defence, and Busby in goal. Burdett getting that goal, hitting the crossbar last game. Honesty got an assist as well. I think they deserve to stay in the side. I'm going to tell the team to go out for revenge. We're at that point in the season where we're in the bottom half of the table and we've lost to a lot of teams, so it's easy to get the team talk right because revenge always seems to motivate players in Football Manager. But is it going to be enough today? Hungerford's doing alright for fitness there from the looks of it. And at the moment they've got the possession and the shots. I'm sure that will change in our favour soon though. The possession does tend to swing towards us. What I'm also going to do quite early in the game is just push this defensive line up because we are at home, and I think that we can go and be a little bit more aggressive today, given that we've won that game in the last minute last time out. Half an hour played though, we're not quite there. I'm also going to go attacking, and I might also demand a bit more from the team. Great reaction there. Will it do anything in the last 5 minutes? We've got a corner. Not puts it into the back stick. Burdett with the header across. Oh, it's gone in. The keeper has spilled it. Absolute mistake by McDonald. And Noel Burdett gets 2 in 2. Absolutely brilliant decision to bring him into the team, if I do say so myself. That header outside the 6-yard box, a tight angle. The keeper should never have let that one go in, but it looks like our little changes there seemed to make the difference. Now I do just want to go and change our defensive line to lower, because that has helped us keep clean sheets in the past. So let's just jump back into the game, go to the dressing room and tell the team that I am happy with what they're doing. They all seem to enjoy that. Now I don't know if my tactical changes actually work, so let's just go and have a quick look. Yep, we've got the lower defensive line on the go. Happy with that. We're also going to drop into a defensive approach. I know it's early days, but we've got a lead. It doesn't happen often. And I don't want to let it go. Billy not getting yellow carded. The team playing pretty well. Carey seems to be struggling a little bit, so I'm going to take him off and bring Tahir on down the left flank. Honesty still out there on the right flank. Nott's got a yellow. And here we go, 20 minutes to play. McDonald plays it forward. Not with the header, but to no one in our team. Now Watson. Out to Low. Ball over the top. That's why we put that higher line in. And Young does get it away, but only to Wood. Ball swung in. Birch is there. And Busby can't save it. See, the lower defensive line did its initial job. But on the follow through, our midfielders... especially the right midfielder here, just too disconnected from play. Harry Honesty couldn't stop the ball going in, and now we've got it all to do again. We're going to have to drag this line back up the pitch and see if it makes any difference. Although we've got highlights straight after the goal here to here, trying to come forward, bit of space to run into there. Back to Onavignon. Don't know where he was for that goal. Not. To here, ball into Burdett. He's got an overlap, but he can't release it in time, and he's lost possession, and there goes the chance. 15 minutes left. Can we make a change? Who have we got? We've got Jake Taylor can maybe come on for Onavignon, and Amvia for Matthew Young. We're nearly out of time here. I don't know how much chances we've got. Clark on the ball, less than 10 minutes to go, whips it forward. Burdett's won the header as well, but can't play it to anybody. Hurd out wide to Wood. He did well dragging 2 players toward him there before lofting a pass beautifully. And now Birch has been played in again. Busby though making a save. He makes quite a few saves. He's definitely improved the team from the keeper we had last season. Hurd with a corner. Ball goes in. Oh, it's blocked there by a defender, I think. Now we've got 5 minutes left to try and find the winner. Ball hit forward. Clark with the header. It's going to come to Tahir here. We're in a great position. He could have a shot. He might. He does. I thought that was going to the top corner, but it's just gone wide. 2 minutes left. 4 minutes of added time, but it's not going to happen for us. We're not going to put together a run of wins here. Staney puts the ball out to the right. Low into Taylor. Back to Low. And there's a full-time whistle. It's just not our day. We were the better team. Maybe I went defensive I did go defensive far too early. I'm going to tell the team I'm happy with that. We haven't lost. That's something. But we really needed the win today. And instead, 14th place. We could have been on 32. We still would have been 10 points off Eastbourne Borough. At the minute, we got a game in hand on them. If we do win it, we would go to 33. 9-point gap again. It's not too bad. At the moment, we're pulling well away from the relegation zone. That's the main thing. We're 11 points clear. But if we just have a quick look at the job centre screen here, because we were talking about it earlier, you can see I've applied for this job with Alcoyano in the Spanish 2nd Division B3. I don't really know how promotion works in B3. So Alcoyano down in 17th. They're not far off. That's the kind of thing where I could go in and avoid relegation, and then it's about whether we can push up the league. If we look at the... Can we look at the job... Oh, we need to actually go to the club to look at the job advert. No, I can't see the job advert anymore because I've applied for it. But you can see that their wage bill pretty decent. A lot of players on good wages. If that job was going, I'd be pretty happy with it. If you see any others in here that you like the look of, you can see here, this is what I was talking about in Ladbrokes League 2. You have Queen's Park and Cove Rangers. I'm pretty tempted to go for the Queen's Park job because they are avoiding relegation. If we have a quick look at their job advert, low reputation, great training facilities, no wage bill, bit of a problem. But they could be a decent team to go in for. They were relegated recently before the game started, then finished in 7th. I just think I could probably do a decent job in Scotland. They've got 51,000. Oh yeah, they play at Hampden Park. Of course they do. They could be a really interesting team to go for, I think, Queen's Park. I'm going to apply for that one now. Let me know in the comments what you think I should do, because I won't pick this up until you guys have seen the video, so I could always turn the job down if you don't like it. I'm going to apply for it though, because that seems great. Great training facilities and a massive stadium. That looks like a brilliant rebuild job. But that is going to be it for today's episode. You can see from the schedule there's still a lot of games this season. I'll probably pick up next time either at Billericay or if we get a job offer. But do drop a like on the video if you're still enjoying this series. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. But until next time, see ya!